Good afternoon, gentlemen. Welcome back. Reviving Real News here with you. You women make me physically, spiritually, mentally sick. I can't stand any and all of you. Gentlemen, tell me why this morning I had to wake up and I'm doing my routine, making my coffee, everything, brushing teeth, whatever. And I go to look at the news. I have my own routine, but I'm not going to delve into my little hobbies or whatnot because most men don't get into those things anymore because of the reasons that I don't really care anymore to partake, or because, well, yeah, I have my other theories, but I don't want to offend anybody. But yeah, I'm getting everything ready, and I'm getting ready to listen to my podcast, and I'm pulling up my articles to read. You tell me why in my country, the divided states of America, gentlemen, look at the education scores. You women make me sick. How in the heck are our sons not able to read, write, and know that 2 and 2 is 4? Please go look and read the numbers that were released October 24th, 2022 in the divided states of America. Now, gentlemen, let's be honest and call a spade a spade. In my country and in a lot of other countries, we all know who gets the kids and who controls them kids. Hey, women in society and everywhere in between, you can kick rocks. You don't put this on the men. You don't put this on the fathers. This does not go on us. We don't get a say-so. We get no control in any of this. So now, our sons not only are terrified to be boys and men and have nowhere to be themselves and to escape this gynocentric bullshit, now they're dumber than a box of Cracker Jacks? This is exactly why the last couple days I've been so pissed off, why I've been saying the things I've been saying. Weak, cowardice men idolizing, sitting here doing nothing, allowing their sons to become morons. You guys had enough yet? Have you had enough yet? I'm beyond had enough. This literally had me thinking to myself, if my sons were not adults, legally adults, I would probably destroy hell on earth right now to gain full custody, to prevent them from being a statistic like this. Hey, newsflash, you stunning and brave, strong, independent single mothers. Your dumb cell phones and your PlayStations are ruining our kids. Your stupid Adderalls, your Adapexes, and whatever other Ritalin and everything else, look at what is happening now. Look at what's happening. They can't spell their names, they can't tie their shoes, and they can't figure out 2 and 2 is 4. It's not 26. Anybody else had enough? Anybody else really had enough of this? Anybody else ready to start walking away from the weak, pathetic men they associate with, they conversate with in them punk-ass chat rooms and then whatever else? Y'all ready to seriously have some testicular fortitude and draw a line in this sand and say enough is enough? Hey, it's one thing that you already take away the father parental rights and everything else, but now you're being entrusted with their well-being, their health, their education, and now everything is struck out. That's 3 strikes, you're out, bitch. When is enough going to be enough, gentlemen? When is enough going to be enough? There's no way on this earth there's no way this should be tolerated. But of course, gentlemen, of course it's enabled and empowered because everybody profits off of this but the kids and the father. So, 12 years, 17 years, it's over. It maybe sooner. It's over. It is over. Hey, gentlemen, we all remember when we were in our 20s. We remember how fast our 20s went and we were now in our 30s. And then when you're in your 30s, how fast that goes by, and then you're in your 40s. Hey, these stunning and brave mothers are raising these kids, and they're going to have nothing but mush and rocks up there, and they're going to be the ones dictating and determining what you can do and what you can't do. I'm going to ask you again, you guys had enough? Have you had enough? And to the gentlemen in other countries, good on you for not allowing it to become the cesspool of the divided states of America. Good on you for making sure your kids know how to read and write, tie their shoes, know how 2 and 2 is 4, 12 times 12 is 144, 6 times 6 is 36. I mean, this is just stupid. This is just beyond dumb anymore. People don't know. You disgusting Caucasian single mothers, there's a special place in hell for you pieces of vile trash. So your idea of raising a son is stupid rap music, stupid sports, and dumb video games? No! How is that going to pay the bills and raise a family? They know the stupid lyrics to rap music, but they don't know how to do 7 times 7 divided by 3. They don't know how to do 12 times 12 divided by 4. They don't know how to do 4 divided by 4. They don't know how to do 0 times 1 equals 0. Are you seriously kidding me? They don't know the simple shortcuts to the multiplication table? Excuse me, but I'm fired up on this one. I'll be darned if this is acceptable and going to be tolerated. No. These boys do not even know the shortcuts in math when the simple things are in multiples of 10. They don't even know how to drop the zeros. They do not know how to drop the zeros in multiplication tables. Are you kidding me? All you men out here sleeping with these pieces of filth, enabling this crap, laughing and thinking it's cool and cute. Special place in hell for you, and don't you cross my path. Don't cross my path. I don't give a flying F that I'm not 6'5". I do not care. There's a reason that I have not been killed. There's a reason I haven't succumbed to illness. And there's a reason that I ain't checked myself out in all this hellacious hell that I've had to go through. You don't want to cross my path, you stupid beta pieces of crap. I can believe it because there's no fathers. There's no parental rights. This is just... These children... A pronoun? You stupid ass clowns have them seriously thinking a pronoun is their name. That it's got nothing to do with the English language or how you learn grammar. They think it's a stupid name. You make me sick. You make me sick. All of you disgust me. All of you. I don't want to hear your not all. Yes, all. Every single one of you, even the ones who are 17, about to be 18, you make me sick because I already know what you're going to end up and breed. I already know what you consider to be... Our sons and my sons deserve 10 times better than this trash. And stupid rap music, your stupid urban clothes, your stupid jewelry, your stupid shoes, your stupid baggy jeans, your dumb hats. All of this crap needs to burn in hell because our kids can't even add. They can't even spell their names. But I guarantee you they can say little baby and recite the stupid lyrics to his dumb music. I guarantee you they know how to spell Eminem and recite his dumbass lyrics. I guarantee you they know how to spell Beyonce and Rihanna and they know to worship that dumb bitch. There is no strong men. There's no strong leadership. There's no strong guidance. There's no strong voice. And now look at the results and consequences. I will not partake. I will not condone. Nor will I click on any of this stuff anymore. I'm not doing it. You single mothers make me physically and mentally and spiritually sick. How in the flip can you go on your dumb, stupid phones and your apps and say you're the mother of the year? You're the greatest thing since the Creator breathed life into us. And our sons that you stole from us don't know how to spell T-H-E. They don't know how to spell N-E-W-S. This keeps up, fellas. All that's going to be left is sweatsuits, Velcro shoes, and everything's going to be colored by numbers. That's all that's going to be. And you're going to have a whole secular of the population, female, gynocentric nonsense running around with all the answers. Because they brainwashed and dumbed down all the young men and all the 20-some-year-old. They dumbed them all down. They beat them into submission. They're now beat before they hit puberty because they're so far behind mentally and intellectually that they don't have a fight in them because they can't even spell their name. You take your iPhone, your Galaxy, you take your PlayStation, your Xbox, you take your fucking Jordans, you take your punk-ass jeans, you take your rap music, you take all that urban crap, you take all that black crap, you take all that hood stuff, you turn it sideways, and you stick it straight up your candy ass. And that's the bottom line on that one right there, because I said so. I've had enough of this crap. This cultural appropriation, this brainwashing, this degeneration. I'm going to say it again. You guys had enough? Have you seriously had enough of this? Do you got it in you to seriously walk away from them dumb, weak men that you associate with? That you know partake in these things and mess with these stupid, disgusting succubi and Jezebels? I don't think a majority do have it in them because they too afraid to be left out. They too afraid to miss out on something. I say it every video. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. This right here is the greatest example I can give to you. Take a fucking stand. Be a man. For once, be a man. Stop being afraid of being by yourself. Stop being afraid of being the different voice. Stop being afraid of being the one alone on the island. You want to know something, gentlemen? Throughout our entire existence in this realm, the men who have walked away and stood by themselves are the ones that have changed history and caused movements. Those are the ones that have caused real change. Not for themselves, not for the people around them at that moment, but the ones next up, and then the ones after them. I have nothing personally to gain any way, shape, or form from anything I say or do. But I refuse to allow some kind of gynocentric bullshit to keep festering to where my kids have an education and they will not be allowed to use it because of this crap. I know what's going to happen. The few men that are young enough, that have a brain and that function, they're going to be beat so bad by this because everybody below them is dumber than fucking candy corn and stupid cotton candy, that they're going to be shunned and they're going to be ridiculed, so they become stupid or they portray themselves as stupid because they're not going to want to be shamed. Oh boy, I was already not in a bad mood, but I was worked up today because I had to do stuff for my housing. And I had to talk about the stupid child support today. I had to talk about the money and the child support and stuff. I was already fired up. I'm going to say this again. Don't none of you men that hear my voice ever go to no agency for anything as far as your mental health, your kids or nothing. And don't none of you ever call no numbers. Don't call no that 911 bullshit mental health, whatever it is. Don't call it. Don't call nothing else. These people don't want to hear nothing and they're going to use it against you. They didn't like what I got to say. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but they did not like what I had to say. They are terrified of men like me. They're absolutely terrified. One or two might have been a little tickled by it because they're not used to seeing an actual guy. They're used to seeing wussified pussies who wear stupid feminized clothes and smell like a freaking Walgreens or a CVS with all that nasty chemical smell. But so I was fired up. I was extremely fired up, guys, because you guys already know about my fire and my what's in my soul. I refuse to be beat. I refuse to cower. I refuse to give in. I let them have it. I let them have it. I absolutely let them have it. Here, I'll give you a little snippet of a part of this conversation. It was brought up about my one son who's going to be who legally is going to be 18 in less than 11 days. He'll be legally 18. We were talking about this for the financial reasons, and I just didn't like their attitudes and their little eye rolls and their snickers. And I said, hey, excuse me, stunning and brave, strong and independent, empowered leaders of this meeting. I said, you ever heard of a welfare fraud? You ever heard of the 20-year plan, the 18-year plan? I said, tell me why his mother has been living with men for the last 19 years, 18 years. She's been engaged or whatever. So she's been ran through more times than a truck tunnel. Plowed and sowed down. Tell me why all these almost 2 decades, this woman has never had a pregnancy, never missed a period, never nothing, okay? Like never nothing. My son always tells me, and I have spies, I know how to manipulate to get what the fuck I need from somebody. I ain't made it to be 39 years old with nothing and nobody, no money, no family, no food, no nothing, on my own in the mud without learning how to fight and survive. So you're darn right I'm fully aware of a lot of crap that's happened behind my back. This woman has had so much crap dumped in her. Nothing, no pregnant, no missed nothing, no anything. You tell me why I just find out in the last however weeks. She's 7, 8 months pregnant. And my son is going to be legally 18 in 11 days or less. You think these women, what do you think their reaction was when I brought this up to their attention and I laid out exactly how this goes on in our society, how it's encouraged? And then I also pulled up the information and the statistics on what's called a starter marriage. About how they destroy young men in their 20s and early 30s. And then go out and find whatever for their second marriage. These idiots that make all this money and these dumb things have no clue on anything. And if they do have a clue, they definitely want to kill people like me because I expose all the dirtiness. It was pure to hell on earth fighting with some of these idiots. And especially when I pulled up the facts about the welfare fraud and the 18-year plan, the 20-year plan. These women act like it's the first time I said, that's funny. I said, what social media thing you want me to not log into, but pull up and just browse without creating an account? And I can pull up several different things to prove everything I'm saying to you. They acted like in a matter of 40 seconds, I was able to pull some scam and edit in Photoshop. Some, I kid you not, guys. Oh, guys, it's okay, man. Just go buy a prostitute. Just do this. You make me sick that you want to dump your nut in filthy succubi Jezebels like this. Who seriously think it's stunning and brave to have a kid in 2000 whatever, and the kid's going to be 18 in 2022, and then in the middle of 2022, because your welfare's over, your insurance is gone, your food stamps are gone, your Section 8's gone, you go ahead and get pregnant. And then when people start calling you out on this and start pointing out how see, they don't like these things. But guess what? This is Reviving Real News, and I've been doing this since all I've known is this. And I'm still here. I'm not going to shut up, and I'm not going to stop. Because I had the balls to put a stop to this and take a stand. I know what is right from wrong. And it may not make a difference for me. It may not make a difference for the person next to me, but the ones behind me and the ones behind them, you're damn right it's going to make a difference. And even if the difference is simply enough men saying F you and walking away and not participating, you dumbass succubi Jezebels are on your own. and you get everything you deserve before you get to that special place in hell. These women also don't care about education. They don't care at all. They don't care about none of this crap. But I'll make a whole different video about that topic. I'm just giving you a good reason why I'm fired up right now. None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. How in the flip? I'm going to give you an example, gentlemen. Okay, I've kind of hinted that I did not have a good household growing up. I did not. After February 14th, 1990, no. But gentlemen, I will never let anybody discredit my mother or my father when it comes to my education and certain things like that. Top notch. My parents did not tolerate those kind of nonsense and stupidity. And they also did not let anybody brainwash their children. My parents did not like each other. They did not get along with each other. To the best of my sister and myself's knowledge, they did not fornicate with each other. And if they did, it was like there were spurts, like year spurts between them doing whatever with each other. But my parents made sure that our education was priority number one. Even if that meant you got off that bus and you got in the door, you sat at that desk and you did your homework, or you did whatever you were told to do to get whatever mistakes you were having corrected. The case in point of me bringing any of this up, even that short time ago when people hated themselves in the same home, the education was still number one. The kids still could tie their shoes, spell their name, and know 2 and 2 is 4. And that was without my parents having free handouts, housing, food, and everything. And we didn't get no welfare. We didn't get shit. Buster Browns and handouts from Goodwill. I don't want to hear none of this. I don't want to hear none of this. Stunning and Brave gets everything catered to them and handed to them. And there, guys, you want to know another thing? They're going to try to twist the numbers too, and they're going to come out and say that the female part of my country is whatever ahead of the male part of our culture. And I definitely call BS on that. That's going to be propagandized stuff right there. That's the war of the sexes. That's exactly what that's going to be for. It's to continue to divide us. Because we all know, gentlemen, who's the smarter one. I literally tried to have a whole thing with these females about this. I was like, look, get over yourselves. I was like, why do you think it's okay for you to marry somebody and then possibly have children with that person? And because you're in a bad fucking mood, or because you didn't get whatever on your Facebook or your TikTok thing, you're going to go ahead and decide to divorce and steal the kids? Man, you can't get no logic or anything. And I said, you want to know why you don't see it the way other people see it? I said, because you think with dopamine and you think with the fifis. I said, you have no long-term thought process. You have no problem-solving skills. You have no logic skills. I said, all you have is me. And I said, when you don't get me, you go we all the way to the courts and the bank. Because you don't want to upset the apple cart. I don't care about your stupid apple cart. This is disgusting, fellas. And you can't even get them to understand that there will be nothing in 20 or 30 or less than 20 or 30 years. You can't get them to understand that. You can't. The only thing I could get anybody to understand and kind of agree with was the actual health. They did kind of agree with the mothers are pure shit regarding the health of the kids. I said, you're going to tell me as a woman you think it's okay for your babies to be having fat tissues around their fucking heart at the age of 9? Oh, well, I never thought of it that way. But I said, go and look and see the average adult male and see how much fat's built up on their heart. I said, now hold on here before you do that. Don't look in the last whatever years because it's gotten worse. I said, you need to go look in normal times. You see, looking out my office window, it's beautiful. Beautiful tree color. Sky's beautiful. It's quiet. I hear the birds. But all I can sit here and think is this is pointless anymore. this is pointless anymore because we are going to have to be getting older. And what are we going to be getting older for? At some point, we're all going to be just begging for this to be over. I don't want these people behind me coming up and being the ones dictating how I get to live and eat and talk and walk. I have no faith in any of them because of the lack of strong men guiding them. I will be darned if I'm going to be taking advice or anything from some 20-year-old dude or some young 30-year-old punk who don't know his ass from a hole in the ground and has been breastfed and led by some LBGTHD TV community person. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You don't have my respect. You don't have anything from me. And then the ones coming up behind them today can't even spell their name and don't know how to make an apostrophe between, oh my gosh, guys, they don't know how to use compound. My heart breaks for kids, man. My heart breaks, guys. My heart hurts. My heart hurts so bad because I know how things work. And this is the end. This is literally how you see things. Just you could forget it. What have I been telling you guys? What is everything? Knowledge is power. Well, they don't have knowledge anymore. They don't have knowledge. I'm just disappointed because I don't think I just truly believe enough men are wussified and so afraid of missing something that nothing is going to be done. And so many men are morons that have been raised by an idiotic, disgusting, succubi Jezebel single mother that they just won't speak out against it because they're weak, pathetic men who don't want to take care of themselves and be by themselves. So they always need big fat Shirley mama in the back pocket to take care of them and bail them out. And I don't care if I hurt your feelings. Most mothers are garbage and we know it. So kick rocks. You don't like what I say, don't listen to my video. It's that simple. I'm not afraid to call it out what it is. This isn't 1950. This isn't 1960. Most mothers are garbage, narcissistic, egotistical, miserable, chemically imbalanced, racist trash. There. I said it. Don't like it? Tough shit. The problem is, in my opinion, there's not enough pissed off people like myself saying stuff and walking away. This is how... This goes back to what I said the other day. I'm literally about to make sure once it goes into 2023, I'm really gonna do a gut check and a real deep soul searching evaluation on walking away from my last true bond to society or my culture, and that's the little bit of sports that I have. I'm seriously just, I don't want to be distracted by anything anymore. And father, my dad, my grandmother, my grandfather, and my uncles, please from the bottom of my heart, forgive me. I don't mean to disrespect you by saying that I'm just going to walk away from it or I have got to leave it. Because it is important to me, and I know it's in my heritage, and I know I was born into this. But I can't do it. I've got to keep my focus. I can't succumb to these females, and I can't let our young men know I'm taking a stand. I am taking a stand, and I don't support it. I hate it all. My heart breaks for the kids, man. My heart breaks for the kids. I should be, personally, I should be pissed off and upset about my personal situation. I should be spazzing a little bit. But I'm sitting here and I'm more concerned about the kids and about the fathers and the men. And that's just because, gentlemen, I don't have anything. What are you going to take from me? What are you going to do to me? Ultimately, I probably will not be homeless. And that's simply because there's a will, there's a way. Okay, number one. Number two, I've told you this before, there's been a couple places that have already reached out to me. It's just, that's the dead last resort scenario. Like, I don't want it. I don't want it. And I was pretty adamant today that I'm Caucasian. I'm not doing this shit. I'm not doing it. You're not going to gaslight me and guilt me, because guess what? I know my ancestry, and we got treated way worse than you did. I'm not about to be around your stupid lifestyle and your dumb culture. I could care less. I could care less about that stuff. I don't do drugs, and I don't sit there and drink myself to whatever to drown my sorrows out. I could care less about that culture. I should, yeah, but I'm so upset about this stuff, and this is more on my mind and in my heart. Just because unless I screw up in my personal situation, I should be okay. I should. I've just got to figure the finances, and that's not easy. No matter how much work I do, extra work I do because of the child support and stuff, I don't think that I am going to be able to get the money. And I don't know if anyone's going to approve me for help for the money to do it. It is what it is. I mean, I'm just being transparent. Like, you gotta have money to the move, and you gotta have the money to transfer your accounts. It is what it is. I hope I figure it out, but I'm not gonna do nothing stupid. I'm not gonna do anything criminal. Like I told them dumbass idiots today, I was like, why do you guys think I lie? Who do you want me to ask for help? I'm like, you gonna make some random name and phone number and put them on the phone and have me talk to them? Like, who do you want me to ask? Like, what? You guys make no sense. But it is what it is. But I mean, I care about it. Don't get me wrong, guys. But I know that there's people that have it worse than I do. And I shouldn't feel that way, because in my personal experience, fellas, people who have it worse than I do choose to fucking have it worse than I do because of alcohol and the drugs and the prostitution. And I don't care who gets offended. I'm just calling it out for what it is, and you're mad because I'm calling it out for what it is. You're mad because I'm telling the truth. And that's the facts, gentlemen. I know why this stuff goes on, because I've been stuck in this my whole adult life. I know why the men lose what they have, and it's drugs and alcohol and women. There's nothing in them. It's drugs, alcohol, and women, and very few in between is gambling, because most men don't have expendable income to keep throwing away on gambling. They rather put it on alcohol or women. So yeah, I understand all of this. I can't. My country is so. Ugh. I just can't. Gentlemen, I can't find a pretty picture for the future. I just can't. I can't. And it's sad. It's sad on so many levels, guys. It really is sad. It makes me sick. It makes me seriously sick at what's going on here. Kids can't even spell their names. How is my country so far behind and so... No, I know the answer to that. I absolutely do know the answer to that, gentlemen, and I can definitely show you guys a well done documentary by a gentleman called Dr. Farrell. It's called The De-Education of America. And what's ironic about that, fellas, a little true story about myself. Back when I was living in a different city, I had a little health scare. Like I wasn't sure if it was an allergy I had or something was stuck in my sinus, but I had a health scare, you know. Where was I going with that? I just lost my train of thought sitting there staring out my window at this idiot. Anyways, guys, I totally forget what I was saying. I shouldn't have been looking out my window. Oh, that's what I get for being so mad about this, man. But no, I don't get any of this. No, I don't get any of this. I don't. De-education of America. That's what it was. When I was living up in that city, this was a couple years after my father passed away. And his sister, his last living sister, my godmother, for whatever her own personal or whatever guilt reasons were, she was trying to keep me in her life. You know, phone calls, texting, and stuff like that. And before I went, I had to have surgery, guys. Before I went and had this surgery, she brought up a conversation that I had with her when I was in my early 20s, when my first son was born. And I told her how terrified I was of my country. And I did not trust any healthcare, I didn't trust the education, and I did not trust women, period. And of course, everybody, my family, herself, and all her little friends, ever thought I was a moron. Let's fast forward, gentlemen, to that phone conversation. Her best friend's name was Amy. Amy was married to a good man. They both had six-figure jobs. Outstanding children. Both sons and daughters were outstanding kids. Well-raised, well-mannered, good student athletes, well-spoken children. But what my aunt told me was that everything I said in my 20s was correct, and that Amy, before anybody else at that time was doing it, did it. She pulled her kids out of schooling and homeschooled them and didn't tell anybody until years after. So my aunt told me this. She said, Chris, I want you to know that you were right about this, and that so-and-so did this and didn't tell anybody until recently, and it's because the education system is everything you said it was. See, a lot of my mouth running and my anger and my attitude and the things I spew, half the time I do it because I'm pissed off, especially when I was younger. And I didn't know a lot of the stuff I was spewing and going off and starting fights over. I was correct, and I was right in being pissed off and having a fire in me. I didn't know I was right. I did not know at all. And my aunt, if she's hearing this, you know you're I know where you went to school. I know your education, and I know the jobs you've had, and I know who your husband is. I know where your husband works. You guys are well-off people, and that does mean something when those kind of people tell you, hey, you were ahead of the storm before anybody else. I mean, those were some serious well-off Americans. Well-off in every aspect of their lives, and I was a nobody. These people probably wish I was dead. But for them to say that I was right, and I was ahead of all these professors, doctors, and so-called climate predictors, yeah. That's pretty dope. That was pretty cool, guys. That little phone call I had before I went in to have I remember it because it was like the 24 hours before you can't have nothing to eat or drink because the anesthesia and all that. And she knew I was nervous. Because I ain't never had nothing wrong with my health, ever. Nothing. Like, I ain't never been to no doctors. None of this crap. And she's just talking to me and stuff, and that's when she brought it up. And she's like, well, I think this will make a difference to you because of how people view you. She was like, but, you know, you were way right about this stuff. And she said that we didn't even know that our best friend knew you were right. That was pretty cool, guys. But something to look up. If you guys don't believe, and if you guys don't ever believe anything I ever tell you, Dr. Farrell, the De-Education of America. You want a link and you want the whole video or the podcast, just ask in the comments. I'll get it for you. I can get you any platform you want it on. BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey. I can get it from anywhere and everywhere. Trust me, I'm an expert captain at these things. Gentlemen, this is approaching critical mass, probably a little quicker than I thought it was going to. And I think the last couple years have been the distraction these pieces of crap needed. I could be off base on that, but you just have to look at my country, just look at how things are. They got everything geared to these stupid app things. Nobody gets off their fat asses. They just push buttons and get things put right in their mouth. Nobody uses their brains or critical thinking. They pick up that dumbass phone, hit the stupid whatever, and the answer is given to them. Nobody knows. See, these kids don't even know how to, when you have a book and you're reading, and you don't understand the definition of a word, how to find the definition of the word by reading the sentence or the paragraph. Because the words around it kind of give you the context clues to the meaning of said word that you don't understand. These kids don't even have the wherewithal mentally and intellectually to do this. You guys had enough? Because I sure have. I appreciate all you gentlemen. Yes, I do. We need more and more people to take a stand and walk away from this. To my last dying breath, I stand for the men, the men's rights, and their kids. This is you know, guys, I don't know people's beliefs or values. But this is the stuff right here that's supposed to be at the core of values in your faith. The kids. You want to know something? When we were children, we were the reflection of our parents. That's why we were kept in line, and we were educated and had manners and knew how to speak and act and we knew how to behave. Well, obviously, gentlemen, we see what these kids are a reflection of. Reflection of you disgusting single mothers. Gentlemen, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. I appreciate each and every one of you. Take care of yourselves. Take a stand. Walk away from this. Stand up for your sons and your grandsons. This has been Reviving Real News. Take care, gentlemen.